If you even try that experiment for 3 weeks, you will have lost the vast majority of your muscle mass, and your body is not gonna feel good from just doing nothing. Today's video, I'm going to talk about exercise and regressions and being just too darn weak to do anything. This video is in response to an email that I got from somebody named Isaac who said, "This might sound crazy, but my body is in such a state that even lying supine posterior pelvic tilt with legs supported is too hard for me. Do you know any regressions for this? Please help me." So Isaac is saying he cannot lie down like this, potentially with legs supported up here, and his low back in a posterior pelvic tilt. That this position is too much. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he means by too much. I'm assuming it means that there is some sensation that gets overwhelming in some way, that feels difficult in some way, or just feels generally undesirable in some way. I would not, however, give in to the idea that those sensations are necessarily a warning that Isaac needs to find something easier. In fact, I would say that being in this position can't get any easier. There's no possible way to regress, especially with any sort of support. There's no way to regress just lying down on the floor. That's about as low output as it gets. Now, there's a bigger concern here that I have for Isaac, and that's why I'm making this video, because it's something that can happen to everybody. You encounter undesirable, uncomfortable sensations when you are training your body, and then you think, well, this negative feeling means I shouldn't be doing this exercise. So I gotta find a different exercise or something that's even easier than this exercise. In Isaac's case, for this exercise, there's nowhere else to go. The only regression from lying on your back, conscious, with your legs supported, is being in that same position but unconscious. So maybe sleeping that way, but almost guaranteed that's not gonna feel good when you wake up, because I've done that experiment. I know what happens when you lie on the floor for 8 hours. Well, no, not 8 hours, but I've done it for like an hour, and the body still doesn't like that, okay? So you get into this mindset that if it's uncomfortable, I shouldn't do it at all because I'm damaging something, and oh my God, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, until you find that there are no exercises that you can possibly do anymore. So it's very important to avoid this trap and to understand that making yourself stronger, getting out of weakness, requires you to go through periods of discomfort. However, that discomfort needs to be doled out. It needs to be done in a tolerable way. You don't want to dose yourself with so much discomfort that you do actually hurt yourself. So this is the challenging part for a lot of people. We've all spent our lives being brought up in school systems where we're taught to ignore our bodies, so that when we get into the working world, we'll be better at ignoring our bodies while we just operate as cogs in a great big capitalist machine. So if you're just a cog, you don't really want to have to feel all your little teeth all the time. You don't want to feel all the little aches and pains, so you're great at ignoring it. You sit in a desk all day from the age of whatever, 6 or 7, and you learn not to fidget, and you learn to ignore all these sensations. Unfortunately, this catches up with you eventually, and you need to now start learning what these sensations mean, but they're all so intense because you haven't felt them before. So we need to learn how to understand these sensations. So I'm going to help you a little bit with some examples, because the sensations are going to go from the easy side meaning like, okay, that's like a little threatening, but it's actually just a sign that I'm challenging myself. And then it ranges up to, what the F are you doing? Like, we're gonna hurt something. We need to back off. Stop. Oh, now we're hurt. Okay? So, on the easy side of things, when we're doing any kind of an exercise and we're getting into a position that our body hasn't gotten into in a long time, it's very normal for the muscles, all the soft tissue around whatever joint, to feel tense and to feel protective, and for your breathing to speed up. It's very normal for that to happen. So if I were doing a shoulder stretch, and I'm actually stiff today because I did a bunch of push-ups and surfing recently, so this is stiff. So as I approach a stiffer position, I'm going to feel sensations. They can feel like the joint, but actually it's just the muscles and the muscle fibers around the joint feeling a little, maybe we should slow down. Okay, that's normal, and that's okay. If you haven't gone into a position in a long, long time, those sensations will be loud. They can be very loud, right? And that's okay. You just listen to it and allow yourself to go at a pace that doesn't feel so frightening, okay? Now, if I go into that position and I feel that sensation and I just decide to ignore it, which is the skill we've all learned, and I go, I'm just, whatever, I just have to go farther, that's when I get the worst sensation, which is ow, 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 and then it transforms into pop or snap or something awful, and then, or a squelch, I've had those too, like, and then, then it's a debilitating level of pain, and accompanied with that is regret. Okay, so what we need to listen to is first sign of discomfort, and then just hang out there. Feel what's going on. You don't have to push harder, and then see if you can even use the muscle in that area. Use the muscles that are slightly uncomfortable, right? So get used to the sensation, and then see if you can get used to using those muscle fibers. Okay, so in this example where I'm talking about stretching out the shoulder and the chest, if I go here, it feels really stiff and tight. I can spend some time breathing, relaxing, trying to stay calm, and really pay attention to the sensations and not panic, right? Then as that gets more comfortable, I can start to move around a little bit. So for this example, right, if I were lying down, this would be the more likely way I'd do this, right? I'd lie down, I have gravity pulling my arm down, I feel that stretch, and then, okay, that feels okay. Maybe I could hold on to a weight, right? That's something that I do in the Back Pain Fix program, right? Just hold on to the weight, move around, see what positions these muscles are capable of handling. If there's one where, you know, all this feels good, but then up here it's like, oh man, I'm scared, then I need to go slow here. If I get all the way down here, I'm like, oh gosh, it's so weak, I'm gonna tear something, then I gotta back off, right? I gotta gradually build the range and the strength so that I have strength at every length for every muscle fiber, okay? I'm not forcing myself to get into ranges and ignoring those warning sensations. I'm working with them and then gradually lowering my general level of alarm in that area. Now, there is also the problem, which I think is happening with Isaac, which is if muscles are really, really weak, they can also complain pretty loudly. So in this case, if you're lying down on the floor and you're in a posterior pelvic tilt, you got your legs supported, you're doing nothing, and things are still hurting, then you really need to consider that the muscles in your body are reaching such a low level of strength that they are screaming, literally screaming at you to move your body more and to challenge the muscles more. Now, it's very hard, I know, intuitively to accept that as the message because we've been taught, you know, if you feel pain, that means you gotta stop moving that thing. I can tell you from experience and observation of many other people that that's really a bad direction to go, and I'll link to a video where I talk about this in the description box, where I talk about why I was always in chronic pain before. So to get back on track, If your muscles are atrophying, and then you just lie down on the floor all the time, you're just telling those muscles to atrophy more. Muscles that are atrophying don't feel good. If you lie in a bed for 9 months and never leave that bed and never even turn your body, you are not going to be in good shape. And you will not be comfortable from being in that bed relaxing for 9 months. If you even try that experiment for 3 weeks, you will have lost the vast majority of your muscle mass and your body is not going to feel good. It's not going to feel good from just doing nothing. The human body, every animal's body, the muscles demand motion in order for those muscles to stay alive. And when muscles are dying and atrophying, when your brain is saying, hey, something's not right. Like I don't think we have the strength and all these muscles are disappearing. I think something's wrong. You're going to start to get weird sensations that put you into a panic. And if it's muscles everywhere rotting out, it's going to have consequences for your mental state and your emotional state. So in the case of this, where Isaac is saying like, oh, I can't even lie down. It's too intense. My question would be, what about it is too intense? Is it potentially that the spinal muscles are having to allow for spinal extension, and that's just like a really weird sensation? Is it the arms and hands and legs? Like, are all kinds of things happening? Whatever it is, ultimately, it's the answer is not going to be resting more. The answer is going to be introducing motion in a just a dosed, careful way over time, with the expectation that you're going to have muscle soreness, you're going to have feelings of discomfort. It may take a month, 2 months. It may take longer for your muscles to even get to a baseline state of strength where it feels okay to just be moving about through your life. I've seen this with people who have taken the very modern Western approach to the human body and basically let it atrophy to garbage and said, well, now it hurts all the time, and when I exercise, it doesn't feel better this week, so exercise is probably not good for me. And the important thing to remember here is that sometimes if you've let a problem fester for years or decades, you may have to be patient about the fix. It may take you years. It may take you months, weeks, hopefully, but maybe months and maybe even years to really feel like your body is coming back and feeling like your own and feeling the way it should be. But I can guarantee that if you follow that instinct to avoid discomfort at all costs, and you decide that you don't want to understand the different gradations of sensation, that you will just get worse and weaker, because that's how muscles work. That's how the body works. Without muscles that are developed and strong, you cannot do whatever you want in the world. You can't even move from point A to point B unless the muscles are functioning. Bone shapes, whatever, arthritis, If you have no muscle, you're screwed. It doesn't matter what shape anything is. If the muscles are not there, you're screwed. So you have to think about muscles. ATM, always think muscles, is so important. And it guides, and it should guide, every decision you make about your comfort levels and your physical health. If you are feeding yourself crap so that your muscles don't have the fuel they need, that's a problem. And if you are trying to move better, you have to train the muscles to be able to move you better. And that means you can't just lie on the floor. You can't just be a lump. You can't just keep choosing easier things to avoid discomfort. What you must do is learn to understand, identify, and deal with discomfort in a wise and discerning way so that you are building your function over time and not hurting yourself by going too intensely or too fast or too hard. So I hope that this helps you, Isaac, and whoever else is watching this, because it's very, very important that you understand this as you navigate your way back to a happy, healthy body. There are a lot of voices out there who will just tell you to rest and rest and rest, and those voices don't understand how to get better. So I'm hoping you hear this voice and that it resonates with something in your chest and in your biceps and in your thighs so that you get stronger, healthier, and happier. If you found this video helpful and you want to support this channel, I invite you to drop me a comment, hit that thanks button, and leave me a small tip, or use the PayPal link, which you'll find in the description box. Share this with somebody you know who's also struggling with this impending sense of doom and with this shrinking level of activity in their lives so that they can escape. Also, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on future videos, and hit that bell icon. And as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't.